Guys, welcome back to another episode of Degen Diplomacy. I'm Degen number 2.
I'll do your turn.
I'm DJ number 1.
Where's your enthusiasm? Come on.
And I'm DJ number 1. DJ number 1. Hey. Welcome back to DJ Diplomacy, guys.
Today, we're reviewing your take.
When you browse the internet, you are sure to find bad takes, right?
Yes.
Today, we will be looking through some of these bad takes and what makes them bad.
Yes.
We've
or
handpicked.
perhaps good? Question mark.
Well, we've handpicked a few bad takes that we found.
Yes.
Some of these are about our favorite anime. Some of
Mhm.
these are about, highly praised anime.
Yeah, we may even go through our annual lists and, maybe give our opinions.
Maybe one of us here has a bad take that they might want to talk about,
I'm sure we all have bad takes.
Surely.
Surely.
No,
It's-
I have never had a bad take in my life.
yeah, we'll see about that later.
Yeah.
We'll have a look. Okay.
Alright, well,
Well, let's jump right in. All right. What show we starting off with?
it
Well,
wouldn't
yeah.
be a Degen Diplomacy episode
Yes.
if we did not talk about Bocchi The Rock. Right, fellas?
Bocchi The Rock.
Oh,
God, I want to put this behind us.
we were supposed to talk about this in the Bocchi episode, but we forgot.
Yeah, we forgot.
Yeah. So here it is.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right, disclaimer warning before we begin, though. We will be talking about spoilers about
Every show.
not every show. What shows do we have?
You want me to list them all?
List them. List the shows that we're gonna have spoilers.
Give us a rundown.
Spoilers for Bocchi, Mob Psycho 2, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Koe no Katachi, Kimi no Nawa, Toradora, Konosuba, Bunny Anime Girl Thing, Plastic Memories, Kanojo Mo Kanojo, Girlfriend, Darling in the Franxx,
Ooh.
and ChainsawMan.
Right. So spoilers for all of those shows listed, and also disclaimer: do not bully any of the people who wrote these reviews.
Yes. I mean, we're not gonna say their names out loud, but I'm sure you could find it if you wanted to.
It's out there. Just don't go out of your way to harass these people.
Yes.
alright?
Harass us instead. We'll take the blame.
Yes.
All right, let's get right into
All
it.
right. Bocchi The Rock.
Alright, so this guy is a true K-On! Fanatic.
Yes. Oh, let's give some background information on this guy without giving the name. All right. So based on the review's profile picture, it is one of the K-On! characters.
We are reviewing bad takes. We are not reviewing the people. Okay.
Look.
So let's move past it. Let's
We gotta have a basis of where this review is coming from.
No, let's assume that this was an anonymous person on the internet that just posted this this take. All right.
Okay. Sure.
All right. There's always going to be bias because
Yeah.
it's a review from what I assume is someone who's not paid to do reviews objectively.
Yeah. Sure.
Right. So, even though this person is a K-On! fan,
Yes.
let's not dox the dude. All right. So let's move.
I mean,
on
there are
to
plenty of people with the K-On!
Yeah.
profile pictures. So
yeah, but like
fine.
we didn't have to point out that fact. I mean, the person points out that fact themselves.
I mean, they don't
Look.
mention in the review, but I just want to look. I want to describe the kind of person that's behind this review. Okay, look, I'm trying to get to understand them. All right, I'm not here to like hate on them. I'm trying to. We have differences, but I'll try to meet eye to eye. You know.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, all right. Go ahead.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why don't we go about like mentioning some main points? Because obviously we're not going to read the whole review.
Yes.
Yes. So what arguments have they listed? Let's have a look.
Character designs are simple, basic.
Okay. Character designs are simple and basic. All right. Do you guys agree with that? I agree with that though. I agree. They are pretty simple and basic.
Yeah.
But I think they're simple, but they're not basic. They're simple.
Like the shapes are basic, but they stand out. You know.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's make this clear. This person obviously thinks K-On! Is better than Bocchi, right?
Yes.
I think that the designs in K-On! Are more basic than
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bocchi,
I
right?
agree with that. I was about to say. Actually, wait, hold up.
But,
Are we defining basic as like how much detail there is, or are we defining basic as in like how distinct they are?
I'm basing them off of how distinct they are.
Okay.
Like I don't want to say it's because I haven't watched K-On! So obviously
you've seen
there's
a bit,
bias.
so you.
7 episodes, yeah, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
There's bias. There's definitely bias, but
Yeah.
standing there, there's like a group of 4. I think it's safe to say that Bocchi characters stand out. The 4 main characters stand out more than the main characters of K-On!
Yeah.
If you were to show these 2 pictures to someone who's never seen anime before.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's only because they have
I mean, they're different
brightly
colored.
colored hair.
Bright colored
you
hair.
know?
I think if you go like a silhouette, they would stand out a lot more than the K-On! Characters.
Yeah.
Because the K-On! Characters stand out strictly based on like the hair.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, they said it was basic, right? Simple wise, I think the Bocchi characters are designed more simply, but designed more effectively, like way more effectively than the K-On! Characters. So
this is all, we're all basing this on looks, right?
yeah, we're going looks right now.
Yeah.
Also, I think the K-On! Eyes are kind of ugly, to be honest.
I think that's just like
That's personal take.
what is it?
It's personal preference.
Time.
It's a time thing, yeah.
difference, a time-
That's
time
fair.
thing difference? No.
Maybe I just don't like the old look anymore.
And then he says, Cloverworks went fairly light with the animation.
Okay.
That's something.
Compared to Dress Up Darling. Compared to Dress Up Darling, though.
I think. Wait, was Dress Up Darling the animation really elaborate? I don't remember it very well.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
No?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. I would say I agree on some levels because there are some moments in Bocchi where the animation is really dead simple, but there are also moments where the animation's kind of godlike. So agree and disagree, but I disagree more.
I think with Darling in the Franxx.
Wait, was it Darling? Wait.
Oh, sorry. my
Darling.
Dress Up Darling.
Yeah.
The animation would be much more consistent than it was for Bocchi.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
I think Bocchi had better animation in certain scenes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. There's a trade-off.
Yeah, trade-off, balance, right?
Yeah.
So
He's saying that like, the animation was light. That's just straight up lying.
Yeah,
know,
it's not.
It's
It's a white lie.
He's just lying.
It's a white lie.
So like, yeah.
I mean, there are moments where there's just no animation. So you referring to that?
I mean, but like a shit ton of anime have like no animation at certain scenes. So like,
oh, it's like. I mean, I guess there are moments where like it's just a static frame.
yeah,
That's no animation. I guess I refer more to like real life scenes, but like they might just pan a camera to a forest or something. In Bocchi.
but still, you can't. I don't think that the animation was light in the show.
Yeah, it for me personally, it definitely stood out more than like K-On! Or I forgot the Dress Up Darling. That was the name. I forgot the name already. So yeah, I think we all disagree with that statement.
Oh, bro.
Okay, was that all in the art department they talked about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like a tiny bit.
Then
Okay.
it goes on like,
Yeah. If I
Same.
wanted a cute girls doing cute things show, I'd watch
Yeah.
K-On! Okay, hold up.
Is that what that stood for? I thought CG meant like something to do with CG.
CG.
I
you
did not
think-
know that was an abbreviated form of cute girls doing cute things.
Yeah, I mean, I saw like no CG in K-On!, so I guess I would.
Yeah, so I was a little confused when I saw.
Yeah,
this,
so
like-
cute things doing cute things.
No, oh my god! Every time I see like CG DCT, I think of like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, or Attack on Titan because I have CG in it, and oh my god.
Okay, you need to like rewire your brain real quick.
Yeah, I need
Okay.
to fix that up.
Cute girls doing cute things. Okay. Based on your opinion, like based on what you've seen of K-On!, me and Degen 3 have watched K-On!, but it's been like 7 years or
Yep.
something, so we can't. Our opinions won't be as accurate, but based on what we remember and the footage we reviewed before this recording, do you guys agree with the statement? K-On! Is a better cute girls doing cute things than Bocchi The Rock?
well, nah.
No?
I think Eurocamp does it better.
Eurocamp
Okay.
better than Bocchi The Rock?
Better than what I don't.
I mean, Eurocamp comes up later, so we can talk about that.
It does.
It does come up later in the review.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like a lot later though. But
Anyway,
right now, it's just those two shows.
I can't form an opinion on this because one, I haven't finished K-On!
I mean, they haven't finished Bocchi The Rock, so I guess.
Yeah, so
We're on
it's
even
fair
ground,
game,
aren't we?
right?
Oh, true. They did only do 5 out
Yeah.
of 12 episodes.
And you've seen like 7, so you've seen more K-On! Than like they've seen Bocchi The Rock.
Well, the reason why I dropped K-On! was because I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
But that is subjective.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, a good cute girls doing cute things is just cute characters, right? Would you say the characters in Bocchi The Rock were cuter than K-On!'s characters? K-On!'s characters were like designed to be like, uber cute, right?
I'm biased. I've got Bocchi bias. so-
Bocchi bias. I mean, I got Bocchi bias too, but like, we try to think about this objectively. Technically, they're right, in like the cute girls, but like a show is more than just the cuteness. Obviously, the cute girls and cute things show. It's the narrative. It's the art direction. It's the sound design, especially the sound design. It's a music. They're both music shows, and of course the characters and the writing. I think Bocchi The Rock is a much better cute girls doing cute things show, in my personal opinion. We can elaborate more on. I think there's a narrative section later, so I'll talk more on that. But yeah, that's my statement for now. You guys are.
I think everybody knows that us three will think Bocchi is better.
Yeah, and might I add, if you scroll down the review, and you check the like the likes and stuff like that, right? It's like, was it 50 thumbs up or something like that? And you go through all this thing, and there's 2,000 confused emojis.
So we weren't looking at like popular takes. We're looking at like bad takes, right?
Yeah.
And like
this is objectively a bad take, though.
Well, there's a statement here talking about asking why they should watch Bocchi The Rock when it's compromised primarily of visual gags.
Comprised. Oh
Yeah, we watched the first episode, right? Because like we forgot everything.
yeah.
We were just chilling, and like the first few minutes, it's like I'm just saying like it's visual gags as well. So I'm kind of confused.
I mean,
I think K-on's visual gags are more toned down than Bocchi's visual gags.
Yeah, much more toned down.
But I think that's primarily because of source material difference, right? I'm gonna search this up right now, actually.
Check the manga rule.
says the gags were executed better
Executed better in
in
K-On!
K-on!
Okay, based on the first episode that I've seen, I mean the visual gag is legit. One of them was Yui drops papers and she hits her head on the table. Is that comedy?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you.
Okay, so looking at the K-on! Manga, it turns out it is also 4-coma style.
Yeah. What a coincidence.
Then my argument's kind of out the window then.
I mean, you said like it's just how tame it is, right? Is it just more like are the visuals tame at all in the manga?
No, my argument was that since Bocchi didn't have much going on, since it was like a 4-coma thing.
Oh, I had more freedom.
Yeah, animators had more freedom
Yeah.
to animate freely. Whatever. Yeah. But now that they're the same, now that I found out that they're the same thing, what is it? K-on! Went for a more realistic approach, I guess.
Wait, which one?
K-on!
Realistic. Oh yeah, the visual gag's more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But like Yui wasn't suffering from a very strong imagination, so like.
Yeah, her imagination's normal. In fact, does she even have an imagination? She just hits her head and forgets things a lot.
She's just a klutz.
I mean, we never really get a peek inside her brain, so
Anyway,
we can't say.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a show having or being compromised of like 90% visual gags.
Yeah,
I mean,
it depends on the show.
that's pretty like an over exaggeration.
90%. Yeah, it's exaggerated.
It's definitely frequent, but it's not 90%.
It's like, would you say 40%?
No, I'd say it's like 70 or
70
80%.
Visual gags. Like when I say visual gags, I picture like Bocchi's imagination running off. I
Well-
don't think it comprises that much of the episode.
Visual gags are like, shit that happens when there's like no dialogue, like Yui hitting her head or dropping the thing.
Okay, like anything physical.
So that's what I consider a visual gag.
Okay.
But like, if you want to say that you wanted like a show to have more like dialogue based comedy, I guess that's a fair point to say.
Yeah.
But this review basically states how they're more of like a dialogue based comedy person rather than a visual gag, and that's fine to say. Yeah, that's just fine to say.
Executed better with Mio. I mean, it's because they say like it's objectively better. Like I think that
Yeah.
the thing is objectively better. They just say no. K-on's comedy is objectively better. Like it's objective, which it's an opinion, clearly.
He's biased, bruh.
Yeah. I mean, I strongly disagree with this. I don't think the verbal gags are very funny. Because one of the verbal gags we got was you know when they were clicking with the car thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, when you spoke to me, I clicked. Haha.
But you
Oops.
never know. Maybe that like 7 years ago when you watched that scene for the first time?
Peak comedy.
You just thought it was peak comedy, right?
Oh Mio. Oh, misclicking. I think that's her name. What was the
Yui.
blonde?
Oh, the blonde one.
What was the blonde's name? Was referring to like that blonde girl?
Yep. The foreigner.
The foreigner. Yeah.
The phone.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh,
just-
actually, there is another comment here. If I wanted to watch a cute girls show like this season, I'd watch Do It Yourself. You've seen Do It Yourself, like a part of it, right?
I have.
Yeah. Do you agree with this?
If I want to watch cute girls doing simple designs, I just watch I mean, yeah, the designs in Do It Yourself are somewhat simple, but that's only if you're basing them off their looks. They
Mhm.
have like wide ranges of personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the designs should. Okay, well, let's talk about the designs incorporating their personalities, right?
Okay.
We'll go back to how they're basic. Do you think they're basic?
In Bocchi The Rock?
Yeah. In
Yeah,
Bocchi
I
the
do.
Rock?
I do. No, I don't think the Bocchi The Rock characters' personalities are basic. Because like they have, in my opinion, I feel like each character can stand on their own. Like they don't need each other to shine, you know, and be interesting to watch. So that I feel like that's a qualification that makes them not basic.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think their personalities are basic at all, and they like mesh together really well.
Yeah, they when they're together, definitely.
The
not
dynamics
basic.
really nice. So, I mean, this sentence where it's like, if I wanted to watch a show about basic designs, would you say K-on's designs are too basic?
I mean, going back to the basic as detail or distinct, I'd say
They're basic.
yeah.
It's just hair difference.
Yeah. Okay. If we go off that, then yeah, I'd say it's pretty damn basic. It's just hair shape, maybe eye color.
Fuck it. Let's
Minor.
move on. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
just
there's
fuck
not much to talk about really.
Regarding this statement here, when I listen to a song from K-on, it feels like the girls are the ones that are playing the instruments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the same feeling from Bocchi. I have a hard time figuring out what this means.
Just means like, do you think does it feel like the other sounds like was it diegetic? Is that the word?
I guess it's like, does the song and how it's played fit
The
or like
setting.
realistically feel as if those characters could play it and are playing it?
Yeah.
We watched like one performance just beforehand
Yep. Fua time.
for K-on, Fua Time.
Yeah.
Did it feel like they were playing the song? I mean, yeah, it did.
I mean, yeah, they were clearly moving chords around, stuff like that.
I was less immersed though.
Yeah, I was less
Yeah,
immersed.
Yeah, that's just
personally.
because there's like the time difference of the
Time
animation.
difference. Yeah. But we've got bocce bias.
Also,
Yeah.
it was like, I mean, yeah, it was also like the direction that they were going for, because in K-on, most of the time they were focused on Yui singing. They'll have shots of other characters as well, but most of their instruments were like hidden away,
Yeah.
right? And then Bocchi The Rock's performances, we get more view of the characters playing the instruments.
Mm. I mean, like Bocchi The Rock has moments where you just flat out zoom in on her like her hands and stuff like that, which I don't think they had that very often with the K-on performance.
Yeah,
right?
and I think that's just a difference in art direction or like
Yeah.
scene direction. So I definitely felt like they were playing the instruments in Bocchi The Rock.
Mm.
Do I think they would realistically be able to play like that?
I mean, for high schoolers, you mean, or like,
Kind of, maybe?
like, can you see a real person playing like that?
I mean, like three out of four of them are like experts at the.
Yeah, exactly.
instruments already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them are experts. I like, the second performance for Bocchi The Rock. Like, it does seem that Kita's somewhat not confident in her playing,
Mm.
and it shows.
I mean, did you notice like in the visuals or like the actual music?
Yeah, in the visuals as well, because like she's constantly looking over at Bocchi.
Yeah.
She's not. I think someone pointed out in the comments where there was a difference in Kita's playing in the final performance and the second performance because of like the hand motions she was doing with the guitar, something to do with shoulder strumming, I think. So that's another detail that I didn't see it the first time, but like now that I pay attention to it, I can see it.
Yeah.
I feel like I can agree with this person to some degree, because I'm like, yeah, there's no way these people can play that good, but still,
Yeah.
I don't agree that it didn't feel like they were playing the songs.
So he's just wrong. Is what you're saying.
I mean,
Yeah, ignore everything else. This guy's just wrong.
He's just wrong.
Okay. There's a statement here talking about how Bocchi The Rock is a show focused on the girls getting better at playing as a band.
it's not. They say like that's all the show is, which it's not. There's a lot of moments where it's just focused on Bocchi's growth. In fact, there's like 3 performances, and like you don't really hear them play all that much.
I'm like more on the boat of saying this show is more about Bocchi growing as a person.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Like getting better playing as a band, I kind of feel is like
It's like a
I
side
don't think
quest.
it's the main thing.
It's a
Because like
side
let's
quest.
face it, Kito gets insanely good after 3 months, 6 months of playing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that realistic growth?
I mean,
It could
she's putting in
be.
quite a few hours in, so
It probably
maybe.
is realistic growth, but none of that is really showed much.
Yeah, you don't see her like. There's no training arc or anything.
At most, we see her practicing a little bit with Bocchi.
Yeah, and like
then
when they
her-
do practice together, it's just them talking, so it's more character driven. Anyways.
Yeah, and like there's the other when Kita's training, she's like I don't know sitting down with Bocchi playing a few chords, and then another time is when she asks Rio to train her after school. That's it,
Mm.
right? We don't see struggles much,
Yeah.
so I don't feel like it is better about getting.
I mean, like you only see, for the most part, the only performances that screw up, that like give them a baseline, is that episode 8 performance. Like that was off. For the most part, when they play, it sounds fine. It sounds perfect. So it's like getting better as a band. What do you mean? There's no. They already sound good. That's what I'm saying. And the reason why they performed badly was because they weren't confident, and that's a personal thing, anyways. So it's more on character growth, I think.
Yeah, so I think it's wrong to say that the show focuses on the girls getting better playing as a band.
Yeah, strictly.
You could probably say the same about K-On, but you know.
K-On.
Right.
No, because
I
they
haven't watched
compare
it.
this to Sound Euphonium rather than K-On,
Sound euphonium.
which I'm sure it really. I think Sound Euphonium is. I don't know anything about Sound Euphonium, but I'm willing to like agree that it would show a more realistic way about growth.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just a more realistic show in general. It's not gag fill, I imagine. So if that's its sole thing, then yeah, we'll do a better job.
Any comment about them saying they don't even get the feeling that Bocchi doesn't like playing guitar? Bro, what is that? What?
How do you watch Bocchi the Rock and think that Bocchi doesn't like to rock? She clearly loves to rock her guitar.
Does she clearly like to rock the guitar? Does she really want to have friends?
Well, okay. There's a bit where she's trying to learn the. Well, she uses the guitar to like express herself all the time, and to like do little things like she's got to learn the menu or something. She plays the guitar to learn the menu.
But
Mm.
how did she get into guitar?
Okay, she got into like have people go crazy for her. Okay,
She wanted to be popular, so she started playing guitar.
okay.
People get into a lot of things like that, but you know, it
I mean,
can change.
you gotta love it to keep up with it that much, surely.
Yeah, she like dedicated like the last 3 years of her life or something.
So is this a theory where Bocchi secretly doesn't like the guitar?
Yeah, yeah, but she actually just hates playing the guitar.
Anime theory.
She hates the guitar. She just wants friends. Well, then like when she got friends, why didn't she just stop then? Right?
Because like the only reason why she had those friends is because she played the guitar, so she had to keep playing the guitar.
Ah, I see.
Right,
She wouldn't
so
have
I-
friends anymore.
I feel like that part's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Is there any scenes where she's like explicitly says she enjoys playing the guitar? I don't
No.
know.
I can't recall a scene.
I mean, she likes uploading videos of playing guitar.
Yeah, to get more people's attention.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess like there were also those scenes where she looks at herself in the mirror, like wearing her guitar. So she's gotta have some sort of attachment to the guitar.
She looked herself in the mirror and she was like, "I look so cool," or something like that. Oh, this looks so cool. So, she likes the guitar clearly. She thinks it's cool. I can't believe we actually turned this around. I genuinely thought this would be like a unanimous. We would unanimously agree that like this opinion is just dead wrong.
Yeah,
This show is called Bocchi
You
The
gotta
Rock.
look at it from another perspective.
Are you turning into a can believer?
No, I'm turning into a. I'm trying to like be a better reviewer and like look at things objectively. You know.
We're here to roast them. We're not here to like give objective opinions.
I'm the voice of reason, just to make sure
You
the
cannot
voice of
fight
reason too hurt.
subjective with objective. This man is full on subjective.
Well, that's just your opinion.
Your opinion.
Damn.
All right, next point. Any other points?
Let me have a look.
He just mostly repeats like how the characters are interesting.
That's just a
Biased.
taste.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Okay. Wait, what paragraph was that statement in? The previous one.
Don't get the feeling.
The Bocchi doesn't like.
The social anxiety paragraph.
Is that
On the topic of social anxiety.
down here? Okay. Bocchi is such. Okay, we'll talk about this. Bocchi is such a bland, uninteresting portrayal of social anxiety.
L.
Bland.
Like,
She's like
she-
one of the most unique ways
Yeah.
to show off people with social anxiety.
Yeah,
Well, not unique, but entertaining.
it is very entertaining. I mean,
Much
it's
more entertaining than fucking Komi-san.
Yo, he's bring
God.
Komi back.
Oh my god.
I mean, I enjoyed Komi as a manga, but
The
like, is it
manga,
accurate? No.
I enjoyed it as a manga. I did not enjoy it as a show. Really.
I mean, how do they portray her social anxiety? Was it
She-
just
she turns into
a
a
cat.
cat,
Okay.
and then she stutters, and then she runs away.
you just okay.
I didn't mind it, but sometimes it just gets like repetitive. But
Yeah.
you know, Bocchi, it's not repetitive.
Yeah, it's not.
It's kind of new every single time they do it.
I mean, like every time she has a breakdown, it's something new.
Yeah, something's
Yeah, and
new.
it's not like she just runs away from people, right? She makes a fool of herself,
Yeah.
and that's like
She has like a low
painfully
episode.
realistic.
Yeah.
That okay? Well,
She's not bland. I strongly disagree with that.
yeah.
That's an L
Uninteresting
take.
portrayal. I strongly disagree. I mean, I'm going back to Kaon. Did any of the characters have social anxiety? Was it apparent? Yui's the closest one, right?
Yeah.
And that scene was just her stuttering. Is that interesting?
That's bland.
Of the
Therefore
one
you L.
episode we've watched. Okay, sorry. I want to move on to this point.
Okay.
They state that her backstory is that she locked herself in a room for her love of playing guitars. I just wanted to point out that she did not lock herself in her room because of her love of guitars. It's because she wanted to become popular, to practice the guitar every day. So
Yes.
that's all I wanted to fix. But I don't want to sound like a dumbass and be like, no, it's not this, it's this, and then find out that I'm completely wrong. Yeah, she just wanted to get good to be able to join a band and then gain popularity. That's my only qualm with that statement. But yeah, I don't get the feeling that she doesn't enjoy the guitar. That's sure up to interpretation.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna psychoanalyze Bocchi? You
Yeah.
really care? Okay.
That
She's
everything-
just a normal person with a socially anxious label. Like that, doesn't that kind of contradict the previous statement? She's a normal
just
person.
a normal
but
person with a socially anxious
label. So she's just seen as socially anxious.
I don't know. You could say like
She actually is socially anxious.
you can just say that Kita's just a normal person labeled as an extrovert.
Normal.
Oh no.
I mean, like Bocchi locks herself in a room, as we've discovered. I mean, what's normal? You just casually hang out with friends sometimes, go outside.
Isekai protagonist.
That's normal.
normal.
That's normal.
That's the norm.
Damn, we ain't normal then.
Everyone's abnormal. I know that. You think she's a normal person labeled as socially anxious?
Nah.
Oh no.
I don't feel like she's. I wouldn't consider her normal.
This guy, he says like humans are inherently social creatures.
Yeah.
So like, and then she's clearly not. So like,
she's
doesn't that mean that?
she's
But
not.
She is a social creature because she.
Oh, she wants
craves
friends.
social
But
interaction.
she isn't. She wants to be,
but
but
she's
she
not
isn't, so she's
socially
not normal.
conscious.
You know what I mean?
So by that, she wouldn't be normal.
You know what I mean?
But like, yeah, the statement with like people crave human interaction, that's true, and she does crave it. It's just, I guess, labeling her as normal might not be the most truest statement.
But I don't even. What does it matter, bro?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I love this. Doesn't matter. It's like it's funny show.
I guess. Oh, I guess that's his argument for like Bocchi's bland because she's normal, but like she's not bland.
Yeah.
So like L.
Opinions. Yeah.
What's the persuasive technique where you boil everything down really simply to get your point across?
Gaslight.
Gaslight? No, not gaslighting. I don't know. I feel like there was some sort of persuasive technique where like you'll boil something down to its simplest form to like get,
Just paraphrasing. It's just paraphrasing.
I guess, because like they say stuff like when describing the other characters, we have a confident introvert with blue hair, a confident extrovert with blonde hair, and an unconfident extrovert with red hair. And like I feel like that doesn't do justice to the characters at all.
I mean, well, you say confidence, but what confidence for what? I mean, they're talking about instruments, but like it's just not clear, that statement. Okay. Why don't we invent our own descriptions then? How would you describe how would you guys describe Akita? 3 words. Wait, how many words do they use?
2.
2. Okay, 2 words. Oh, it's hard.
Optimistic
Nijika is
shonen character.
Shonen character. Yeah, her growth is insane. She's a shonen character.
Yeah.
I think Nijika is like the
Mature
extrovert.
Mature extrovert.
Like if we're gonna continue saying stuff like that, right? And I think Rio is the eccentric introvert.
That's better.
She's odd, right?
The confident introvert. Is that what they use?
Yeah, the confident introvert.
I mean, it's not wrong.
So I feel like those descriptions are more like much more descriptive than
Yeah, they're more telling of the character.
I mean, they've only watched 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And they're biased, so they hate the characters like already.
Yeah, I mean,
Because they're better than K-On, so you know.
it's based on like how passionate they are. There's clearly they're threatened. They're
Threatened.
clearly threatened, insecure.
the sales of K-On is going down now that Bocchi The Rock has
Yeah.
like reached
Yeah.
mainstream.
Why can't we just have both, bro? Come on.
You just have
We
both.
can have both, and we do have both.
But this person won't have both.
Yeah,
But it's the
they want to
internet. One has to be
eliminate-
better than the other. And
They want-
obviously, judging by the ratings on Mal, we can tell that one of them is obviously better.
Oi! Yeah.
No, all right. But anything else in this review?
No.
Oh, the last sentence. Also, if I wanted to watch a show where the main character has some hidden talent, but something is preventing them from fully expressing it, there are hundreds of shonens isekais with that theme.
But my main advice for that would be then don't watch the show. And clearly they did stop watching the show, so good on them, I guess. That's really much all I had to say. for
Yeah,
that.
I remember
If you don't
the-
like stories like that, don't watch them. And this person did take that advice.
Yeah. I remember there was something I wanted to talk about that was ridiculous.
Maybe I should directly quote the thing.
Yeah.
They'll find it pretty easily. Yeah.
It's too late for that
Yeah.
now. We've already done the thing.
Okay, it feels like we're going back to personalities. We discussed the personalities in Bocchi the Rock, right? Like how depth and all that. But there's another bit here. It's the example they provide that I can't. It feels like every single character's personality is hinged on how they socialize with others. No, I feel like they stand on their own. Compare that with the Keion Ritsu. Ritsu is also okay. So I think they describe Nijika as a confident, a blonde, confident extrovert, right? And they were like, Ritsu is also a blonde, confident extrovert. But the difference is that the confidence bleeds into how she teases Mia. How she is the club president who makes all the important decisions. Oh, that's a lot of depth, isn't it? And even the way she sits in her chair.
Oh yeah.
I
So,
feel like they're really grasping at straws.
yeah, they are. So, Nijika is a blonde extrovert. Ritsu is a blonde extrovert. But Ritsu is the council president. Ritsu changes the way she sits. Oh, she doesn't sit properly in her chair. Therefore, Ritsu is a more interesting character with more depth. You guys agree with that? Yeah.
Did they watch the end of episode 5 though?
I feel like they clicked off.
Episode 5, like at the end of episode 5, they had the after party, right?
Episode 5.
Oh, episode 5. Okay, no, episode 5 was the audition.
Yeah. Oh, there was Nichika's vending machine scene.
That was like
That
at the start of episode 5.
Yeah. So they've seen that.
So yeah, I guess they didn't get to the part where Nijika got more fleshed out, like more than that vending machine.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you compare the vending machine scene to Ritsu is the council president. Ritsu sits funny. Like, how do you confidently say, like, look me in the eye and say that Ritsu is a more fleshed out character than Nijika? The example you provided was like so weak, honestly.
Yeah, when he was watching the show, he was probably like all
Helping.
substance of the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they said while watching the show, why weren't they watching something better? I mean, at that point, just click off. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
K-On! Is good, and Bocchi is good. Enjoy both. Appreciate life. Stop being a doomer. Jesus Christ.
All right, moving on. What's next?
All right, next one.
Next one.
Mob Psycho 2.
Okay.
All right, so this guy says season 1 was good. Season 2, somewhere along the way, lost its passion and fell off, basically. Okay.
Did Mob Psycho 2 fall off?
I feel like it ramped up.
Yeah, I feel like it ramped up.
Yeah.
It captured my interest more. So that might be my shonen brain speaking. I can't say.
You have a shonen brain?
I mean, I'm sure we all do.
You don't
Shonen
look like
brain.
you have a shonen brain.
Oh, come on. I think we all have like a part of our brain that likes shonen stuff. Like, who doesn't like a good power up and like beating the bad guy?
I guess.
So, the little tiny speck in the back of my head was like, yo, this would be pretty sick though. Mob fighting like the claw boss. That's a pretty cool fight scene.
I feel like this person was disappointed in the direction that season 2 went,
Yeah.
because season 1 was a lot more about
There's a lot more growth and emotional stuff.
Mob growing as a person,
Yeah.
and then season 2 is you're faced with a villain
Yeah.
and you have to fight the end of the world, yada yada.
Yeah.
How to fight that. So yeah, that's my main point. I think they didn't enjoy the shonen arc and wanted Mob to be more of like a coming of age story.
Yeah. And I think they comment on like the way his growth is portrayed. Because they use characters around Mob as like a way of displaying his growth instead of actually showing his growth. I feel like they do show his growth.
Yeah.
though. Because like he has this conversation with I think his name is Sarazawa, the umbrella dude. Yeah, him. And he like convinces him all that stuff like that. Like what did he say? He makes him come out of his shell.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I forgot, but he did that.
Yeah, it was ages ago. But the Mob at the beginning of season 2, I feel like wouldn't be able to do something like this. Or maybe it's because of his growth from season 1. But nonetheless, that displays growth,
Yeah.
in amidst this like big shonen scene. So maybe it's just not enough growth. Maybe it's not like the focal point that they're disappointed.
Huh. They're saying that like in season 1 the growth was more subtle, right? But season 2, you're kind of getting fed through other characters. Wow, you grew too much, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like that's just a side effect of him growing more. To
Yeah.
the point where like other characters.
Yeah, people notice him.
Yeah,
He's growing. That makes sense.
That's not bad writing. That's just like,
It's development.
yeah, like they're claiming that that's bad writing.
It definitely sounds more realistic. Like
Yeah.
if someone's like suddenly changed, you'd be like, wow, you've changed.
Yeah.
Right.
They kind of complain that that's bad writing because it's not subtle now.
Yeah.
But, like,
And there's another bit, like they mentioned Reagan, right? Like
yeah.
they wanted Reagan to have his own thing, and they were disappointed that Reagan seemed to have been like used as a medium to display Mob's growth. But I feel like Reagan recognizing Mob's growth is growth in and of itself, right? Because
Yeah.
there's a scene where Reagan seems to just dismiss Mob a lot. Because like Mob's at this party, right? And a scene I remember. And he was like, "Oh, Shirley, you're not at a party or anything. You got nothing better to do. Come and help me."
Oh yeah.
Something like that. He's dismissing him. And by the end of that, he, I think Mob leaves him or something. Like he doesn't help him anymore. And at the end, Reagan recognizes his growth. So he sees him as like more than just this guy with like no friends and stuff like that, right? He's like, okay, he's got friends. He's trying hard in life. He's doing all these things. So yeah, that's growth on Reagan's part too.
Yeah.
They help each other grow. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not just Reagan's a tool for Mob.
Yeah, they also said that like, the author tried giving him personality, but like, a 50-second flashback isn't a way to do it.
Who
But-
personality?
Reagan.
Reagan. Flashback. Wait, did he? Oh, he had a little flashback.
Yeah. I feel like they just wanted more from Reagan. Like that's understandable, but like this is the most we've gotten from him so far. So like, I feel like it's good enough, but it's
Yeah.
not like enough to make.
I mean, it's not called Reagan Psycho 100.
Yeah.
It's Mob Psycho 100. So I guess you have to remember that Mob is the main character of this show.
Yeah, and he says passion's lost, but that part was pretty pretty deep. Like,
I don't.
What?
Passion
Like-
is lost in what in animation or
just like I don't know, like
The
it
show
just
in
says
general.
the show, the passion. Wait,
I don't
way
think
too
so at
bland.
all because like the fight scenes are
The fight scenes is like
just-
they're still top notch.
they're just top notch.
Maybe it's just the passion in like displaying growth, the subtlety in that way. I can't speak too much to this because I didn't. That wasn't my focus when I watched it. Honestly.
You'll notice me not saying much because I can't like for my life remember anything about Mob
Yeah,
Psycho.
I'm really glad I rewatched it like a few weeks ago. Whereas I have nothing to say.
yeah, I binged this not all.
Oh, you binged
Yeah.
it recently, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty recently.
Yeah. Passion. I think they said the animation was very clearly different.
Different.
From what I recall, because like they talked about,
I think they said that like the art style was different. Or
the art style was the
something.
same. I can't tell the difference, in my opinion.
I think it was the same as well.
Yeah, maybe it's the way like it's animated. Like maybe season 1 just felt you could feel the animators in season 1. Perhaps I didn't feel anything. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say much of this.
So this guy rated the show 6 out of 10 because of this.
I feel
apparently.
that's going too far.
Yeah. So L take.
They just
Um,
they don't like shonen. That's it. It's like shonen.
Yeah, I guess.
They don't like shonen. They're based.
Yeah. Mob Psycho 2 was not a ground grade. You're delusional. Sorry.
Agreed.
All right. Let's move on to this one.
Mm.
This is a review for Made in Abyss. My balls have been torn off, and I am now left to anguish in a pool of my own tears.
Do you
Yeah.
agree with that statement? I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with the statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. My balls have been torn off. In what way?
Metaphorically or physically? And like, what do you mean? How were they torn off? Did you tear yourself from watching it? Like, did you hate it that much, or was it so immersive that it tore your balls off?
That probably happens in the show, if we're being real.
Tore your balls off. Yeah, I can picture that.
Yeah, what I got from this review is like it was so sad.
That I tore my own balls
Yeah,
off.
that I tore my own balls off.
Was it a good review or a bad review?
This is a
I think
based
it was
review.
good. Like
a good review.
I didn't even like look at it. I just saw the preview message. I'm like, bro, this is
Okay, so that means they really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So it was like
That's a based review.
it was
That's
so
kinda based.
depressing. They felt the need to tear their balls off. Okay,
it's kind of based.
Alright.
that's not a bad take. It's a good take.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's actually move on to the next
Yeah,
review
that
about
was a good
Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Oh, this one.
Okay, so what are you laughing?
I just remember this one line he said.
Hmm.
The mother. Adam.
Okay, yeah, all right. When I first read this review, it was very clear that they were very angry about this show.
Yeah.
The world. Okay, here's a little paragraph from the review.
Yeah.
The world isn't even briefly expanded upon. It just feels like the writers started out without figuring out any plot initially, and then made a bunch of dog shit up.
Sick English.
So you can already tell by the tone of his voice what direction this review is going on.
Yeah. Do you agree with the statement? Do you feel like they just made stuff up as they went?
I don't know anything about Cyberpunk 2077,
But like just the feel of the show when you were watching it. 'Cause you've seen the show.
but with
Oh, you told me the game, right?
with the anime,
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be hard to make an anime out of the game, so they just took it in another direction and threw in a side story, right?
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's exactly what Cyberpunk was.
Mm.
It felt more like an anime that was set in the world, using everything in that world, but being like a standalone thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine. Does it feel like a plot that was kind of just shat out? Maybe at times. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there was, kind of actually when I think about it, it kind of just feels like things just happen.
It was episodic. Because
Yeah, episodic.
it wasn't like an overarching plot throughout. How many episodes were there?
10.
10. Yeah. At the final episode, the final 4 episodes was like a mini story.
I feel like that quality of the show, I feel like that's the point of Cyberpunk, right? You never know what will happen.
I think that fit
Yeah.
for
It
that
fit.
show.
Yeah.
Because what would they be talking about if they had 10 episodes dedicated to a plot line? Like, maybe they'd raid the
Arasaka Tower. It's like the
Yeah.
whole goal is raiding Arasaka Tower.
Yeah, that'd probably be it.
Just
I
be
don't know
done
if I'd
prepping
enjoy
for it.
that for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Depends on how they did it, but episodic, I think that was fine.
Yeah.
The main character is extremely primitive. Yeah, I can see that. Dude's dumb as... well, he was smart, and then he dropped out. So then he
Yeah.
became dumb, and then he's a very emotionally driven person.
Yeah.
Is that Unga Bunga? Kinda. Yeah.
He's Unga Bunga. Yeah.
So, yeah, MC's dumbass, but he's likable. I feel like he's likable.
He's pretty like.
Somewhat. Apparently, he lives to fulfill other people's dreams. I don't remember that part. I, don't know.
I remember that.
You remember that part?
You know, the boss. I forgot his name. The dude with the robot.
Main.
Main. Yeah. After spoiler alert, Main blows up. He makes it his life purpose to fulfill Main's wishes, and Main's wishes was what was his wish again? Something to do with going up in a blaze of glory or something, or living the Edgerunner
Living
way.
life to the fullest. So
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. This person complains that they don't like that trope.
Yeah, fair. I mean, that's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair.
But I'm not gonna shut the fuck up about it. That's not very nice. Don't tell me to shut the fuck up. Lucy is very cliche. I feel like Lucy got kind of ruined at the end. Cause like at the start she was introduced, she was pretty badass, and then she became like a love interest for Dave. What's his name?
David. I think
David.
it was his David.
Yeah. She still like can fight for herself, but then in the end she became like a damsel in distress.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. That is pretty cliche actually. She was like a tsundere, but then she just couldn't handle herself afterwards.
Every character is poorly written. I don't think so.
I mean, I was pretty hooked on some characters, writing wise.
You were hooked on Rebecca. Her writing was good.
It was good. She was a bro. That statement though, yeah, I disagree with that one. It's going back to the trope thing. Actually, we've talked about that. Let's keep going.
There's this statement where they say it feels like the purpose of the show was just to cater to the fans of the game. I disagree with that
Half
statement.
I'm half.
You're half on that?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played the game, so I can't say, but like I just feel half on it.
I feel like because you haven't played the game, that it just kind of proves that point wrong. Cause
Okay, I have no credibility.
no. It's just that there's a bunch of people who've never played Cyberpunk 2077,
Okay.
and they enjoyed the show a lot.
I mean, I was more saying like half because if you played the game, you'll enjoy it even more.
Yeah, okay, let's face it. The anime was created to cater to the fans.
Yeah.
But the fact that like so many people enjoyed it, right?
No. I mean, a lot of people got into the game.
Yeah, a
because
lot of
the
people got
show.
into the game. So I don't think it's fair to say that the show was only made to cater to the
Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
'Cause it also
I
catered
disagree
to
with
everybody
that.
else.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Man needs to check his facts because you know, a lot of people are getting into the game because of the show.
I mean, like, if you make a show about a game, of course that's going to cater to the fans, right?
Yeah. I guess.
You're literally catering to the fans, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, the general audience agreed that it was good.
Mm.
Arcane.
Okay.
Okay. They talk about Arcane and about how those who aren't versed with League of Legends can easily get into the show because it has beautiful moments.
I mean, okay, beautiful moments. You're gonna like use beautiful moments as your reasoning. You see, Cyberpunk has beautiful moments that you don't need like the game to appreciate, right?
I mean, me and you, we have never played Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
but we also easily got into the show.
Yeah.
You didn't enjoy it as much because it wasn't what you were expecting.
It was.
It's too depressing.
Yeah. I was expecting just lots of fights. That's what I wanted.
But still, it was easy to get into the game.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like this person does bring up that Adam Smasher, was, was kind of thrown into the show last minute. I agree with that.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was mentioned. At the very least, he was foreshadowed, kind of.
But I don't think Cyberpunk, for the most part, told the story in a way that you would only understand it if you knew a lot about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So it's not that it completely blocks out people who've never had experiences with Cyberpunk. It doesn't gatekeep them.
I mean, there's a lot of visual storytelling. Like, you just look at it and you know what it is. Like, you don't need it to be explained to you, like in the game or something.
It's in the name, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, they're cyber and they're punks.
They tried to go for a bittersweet ending, but it was too late. That motherfucker Adam whatever was literally brought in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's like one mention of him in mid-series. It's like, oh, Adam Smasher's legendary mercenary.
Ooh.
Be careful, he'll kick your ass.
And he did kick their ass.
He did.
So.
That line is based.
Legendary.
Rebecca.
Oh, there's another part where they felt like the protagonist didn't care about his mom.
Okay, I kind of get that. I was a bit weirded out that he didn't think of very much. But I mean, grief. I don't have much experience with it, so I can't say. It's a type of reaction to grief, you know? Because like the cyberpunk world, it's quite a harsh one. And if you're being a little baby boy crying with your mum, you know, maybe wouldn't survive. Where's the statement?
Sorry, turns out that statement was from another review that I read.
Oh, it's not from this review.
But, you know, we can talk about it. They talked about how the main character kind of didn't care about his mum dying. I mean, he cared.
Yeah, I mean, he got angry when
Yeah.
that dude mentioned his mum after she passed.
He cared. I don't feel like he cared as much as when Main died.
He can't remain more than his mum.
But he definitely did care.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, at the end, they also complained how at the end, all of a sudden, he like cares about his mum. But you know, he's kind of like drugged out the wazoo at the end.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like hallucinating.
Yeah. I mean, you can argue that like he was playing tough after his mum passed, but like when he's drugged up, he's like letting his inner self out.
Yeah. All of a sudden, mum, please, I want to go to the top of the tower, mum.
Actually, that kind of ties back to like living for other people's dreams, right? Because he only wanted Arasaka Tower because his mum wanted it, right?
Yeah.
So we can tie that back, and maybe this is not. He doesn't seem to have much motivation in terms of like his personal interests. I guess he just lives for other people, and you know, I can understand why you dislike that. It's fair.
But yeah, shows all style, no substance.
I think there's some substance.
There's substance.
There's substance that like I don't like, but it's substance.
The music at times is the music is fine at times. The animation absolutely slaps.
Yeah.
But there's nothing noteworthy otherwise. I enjoyed the dynamics between the characters. I enjoyed when they were doing heists and stuff like that.
I enjoyed Rebecca, and David was cool.
I'm sure you did.
Everything else, actually, to be honest with you, I didn't really care about the characters very much.
You cared when your characters, when something happened to your characters.
Yes,
You know?
there were certain characters I cared about.
Yeah.
So
They didn't have a complex story to tell. I can see that. They had.
I mean, it's cyberpunk. You know, it's pew pew, shoot shoot, boom boom. Yeah. So.
Was this a bad take? Now that I read it, it's not that bad of a take.
The way it's like framed, that's a bad way to frame it. You could have done it in like a more civil way, but like, sure, it's an opinion. I partially agree with it. I disagree with some bits, but you know, sure.
Adam.
Cyberpunk. Shut up with Adam. Okay?
I don't get the reference.
Don't tell me that the only reason you're gonna watch fucking Cyberpunk Edgerunners is because of Adam.
This yeah. I need to learn about this legendary Adam.
Alright, well. Next review.
Alright. Review on a silent voice, Koe no Katachi.
Okay.
Alright, so let's start off. They start off with Alright, so they basically say that it's the entire premise is unrealistic. Like the bullying. Because like
Bullying is unrealistic.
yeah.
Bullying does not exist.
What?
The main character does, carries no ill will towards her, therefore bullying doesn't exist.
Wait. He's a kid when he bullied
Yeah.
her. Kids bully a lot.
I don't think this guy has gone to school, but
Clearly.
bro, bullying happens for no reason all the time, bro.
When mum was like, bullying is not real. He's like, okay, I see.
Yeah, so yeah.
Wait, is that actually all he says?
He says like, oh, why'd he throw her expensive hearing aids in the fountain? He harbors no ill will towards her. Why would he do that?
Well,
Bro,
Wait.
yeah, he said that. I'm like, what?
He threw the earbuds, but it's not bullying. But then proceeds to say, why would he do that?
this reminds me of the time that when I was a child that looking back on it, I was a bully as a child.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I literally, once I learned that a girl had fish allergies,
Oh yeah, you told the story.
I asked my mother to make me a tuna sandwich. I hated tuna, but I asked her to make a tuna sandwich, and then I just chased the tuna allergy girl around. And I've apologized to her, you know.
Yeah.
But still, when you're a kid, you do stupid things because you think it's funny.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you have like
don't-
no sense of morality.
Yeah, you don't understand the consequences that could happen. Like, I didn't know that she would die if she, you know, ate
Yo, you could have been a
fish.
murderer.
So, you know, I know better now.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you've done a lot of like weird things as a kid. There was a story where you stole. the
Oh
foil.
yeah.
I was very.
You talked about your love for stealing.
I was playing that up. Okay?
Yeah,
For the record,
sure,
I was playing
Sure,
that up.
sure.
Yeah. And then they say like the relationship the main character builds with the girl is cliche, and it's like for the author to alleviate their guilt on something.
What?
Like, yeah,
This man psychoanalyzing the author based on
yeah.
the
It's
book?
like,
What?
This is a projection of the author right here.
yeah, and then like they say that the characters are robots. They don't have emotions. They like, and this guy's like, he doesn't.
Man cries at the end.
Yeah, doesn't learn what he did was wrong. Like when the bullying stuff.
Did
He did.
Did he? He did, right?
He did.
I-
He was clearly apologetic for it when he was older. Doesn't he like try to go to her classroom and apologize to her multiple
Yeah.
times?
Wait.
Well, no, okay. At the start, I think this person's talking about at the start of the show.
At the start, okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't
being-
think this guy understands like how children work.
Yeah.
Like,
Children are like weird creatures, you know. They don't think with their actions very much.
yeah.
It's like, wouldn't it be funny if I threw these hearing aids in like the water? But it's not bullying. He's like, what's their reasoning? They
Boys will
flat out
be
said they don't know.
boys, Kids will be kids, you know.
Kids will be kids. Kids don't bully. That's not a thing.
That's not possible.
Where is he throwing out her expensive hearing aids for no reason?
For no reason. Is it probably just thought it's funny?
Yeah. This guy straight up has no soul. Yeah, no kids. All kids don't have souls. Yeah, like I'm serious.
Yeah, they don't. Kick you in the balls and walk away. Rascals.
Yeah. Oh, and then he claims that all that he's doing when his redemption arc, he's doing it not because he's guilty, but he wants it like he's doing it for a reward.
Puss.
That's what he's implying.
There is guilt though.
Yeah,
He's like sad.
he's like,
And like, wait, why did he close people off again? Was it just because of the bullying thing? People would like ostracize them?
No, it's
Afterwards?
because he got bullied, right?
Wait, he got bullied afterwards.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
like after the girl had to transfer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, after that, everybody was like, wow, that's fucked up that you would bully that girl.
Yeah.
And he closed himself off because he was just, you know, being ostracized by everybody.
Okay,
for
so
his
he
actions.
knew what it was like to be in the receiving end.
yeah. He says the girl is soulless as well.
I mean, she's deaf, so maybe
Cool.
she's like hard to express herself. But like,
Yeah,
Dude, the girl is soulless because she's deaf. What? No, wait. Why was she soulless?
none of her actions seem real. Apparently,
Would a person easily go from having their life ruined to loving them,
in a
loving
few
them
weeks.
from winter in a few weeks?
it wasn't a
That
few
does
weeks.
not happen.
It was the little kids when he bullied, right?
Okay, it was like
Was it
they
for
were kids.
years?
There was a time skip. They met each other in real life,
In
and
real
then they slowly fell in love with each other.
Yeah, they
I
met
don't
each
think it
other
was
again.
a few weeks though.
It was like a few years in between.
Like,
Well, there was a time skip, so
when
they didn't.
when
They didn't
met.
say.
And then the period when they met each
Yeah.
other, it wasn't. I don't think it was a few weeks, but
I mean, look, when I saw the beginning scene, they were like kids, clearly.
no, like we're talking about they only started falling in love with each other once they met in their teenage years.
Yeah, he just basically they don't feel human, soulless, basic.
Basic.
You know.
Do I think it's weird? I think it's a little weird, to be honest.
I mean, it's a fictional medium. They're supposed to exaggerate these things. It's not supposed to be the most realistic thing. So, weird that they fall in love. The bully.
because like I kind of have a hard time believing that someone that bullies
She has
you-
Stockholm syndrome.
This is what this person is saying. She has Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, okay. They say it.
What?
I mean,
Do you feel like you agree with that, Degen number 3? Like,
She is Stockholm.
no, like that it felt okay for them to fall in love.
I mean,
thought. There you go.
that's not for me to decide. That's for her. You know.
Don't act as if this is a real life person. This is
Hey, she is, bro. She is.
she's not a real person. She's not. This is like
Okay.
the author writing it, right?
Right.
So do you feel like this was a direction, like it didn't weird you out or anything?
I don't think so. Like, there's like much weirder stuff out there, you know.
Mm.
No, but like it. Still though, it's like a person who possibly traumatized you in your childhood
Yeah.
comes up to you out of nowhere, like maybe 10 years later,
Uh,
and then they genuinely are sorry for what they did, and then
I mean,
they
I
want to
imagine
become friends again. I
Yeah.
guess
you
like,
probably see them as like a new person. It's
Yeah.
like-
After that much amount of time, you kind of just get a clean slate. I feel, and like especially if he's apologetic, you know.
yeah.
So
So-
like,
yeah, I feel, yeah, I feel it's a little weird, but I'm not too bothered by it.
I mean, like I thought it made for a more compelling story.
yeah.
Personally, because if it was just they were I don't know, they're just classmates as kids and they see each other again after a while, it'd just be generic. So maybe that just helps the thing.
Like
And
that makes the characters more complex. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Because I think the thing was what he like actually changed himself because he regretted his actions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, because when they first met, he signs at her, and like he didn't have to learn sign language.
Yeah.
Was it? Did he learn sign language to apologize to her?
Maybe.
It's been a long time since I've watched the show.
I feel like he just did it because he wanted to. Like, you know, after that,
Man, he's thought it'd be cool.
yeah, and then became good friends with you know.
Yeah.
like in the end, he was like the first person to treat her as a person, right? Because
Yeah.
like she didn't have any friends still, right?
I think she did. Have,
Kinda.
'cause
Yeah.
I remember when he came to apologize, there was another girl pushing him away. Was she
yeah.
a friend? She
Ah,
probably
yeah,
a
that
friend.
she probably
Oh,
was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like this is proof that these characters are not robots. Okay, that you know, there's depth.
Yeah, they're not one dimensional.
That is all.
So, yeah, that was a. that was
Please
bad.
do not watch this movie. Please spend 2 hours watching something that has a message that isn't. Okay, bro, you're garbage.
The message is that you should develop Stockholm syndrome and fall in love with your perpetrators.
I mean, the message is forgiveness, right?
Yeah, forgiveness.
People can change. That's what I got from the movie.
I
This
mean,
person just
yeah.
saw Stockholm syndrome, was like, ew, and that moved on.
L take movie was good.
I'll take, yeah.
Okay. All right. Next big anime movie, Kimi no Na wa.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You guys have seen this multiple times, right?
Yeah. How many times you seen this, Digimon?
I don't remember. Maybe like 3 times, 3 or
Okay.
4 times.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, have watched this like what 15 times?
It's yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
At the time it was
Okay.
like
Wait, was it 15 times in a year?
in a year.
Like, did you watch it 15 times in a year, or was it like spread over a few
Probably
years?
like 2017 or 2016. I watched it a lot. All right, so this guy, he starts off by saying okay, so he's basically critiquing the whole plot, like the whole basis, like time travel, body swapping. Yeah, this isn't feasible. Like
not
3 years
feasible.
time difference. How they in 3 years you cannot see Comet twice.
What do you expect from an anime?
Like,
I mean,
Okay.
its main premise is body swapping. That's just unrealistic
Yeah,
in general.
exactly.
So,
Like the
I
whole
don't
base is unrealistic, and this guy's trying to like make a reason out of it. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
And he also says that the movie's just like overall forgettable.
Forgettable.
Like, Forgettable, is it?
It was only one of like the highest grossing
Yeah.
anime films out there.
I thought it was forgettable.
You think it was forgettable?
I don't remember very much, so by
Oh.
definition, it is forgettable
Okay.
for me.
Well, he's not the guy that's watched it 15 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, then it's like weird to say that you have to watch it 15 times to remember it. So I don't know. I kind of agree. I partially agree with that statement.
Did it have like an impact on you though?
No, I just thought it was
Really?
kind of cool.
Kind of cool. Okay.
I don't think this guy's into that emotional type stuff though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, where are the cute girls at? When are they
Yeah,
gonna
you
start
got-
like
you got-
dancing?
You know, I forgot a name. God damn it.
What, Mitsuha?
Yeah, Mitsuha.
He felt nothing.
It felt nothing.
No
Damn.
emotions.
So you didn't like the whole body swapping? That's kind of cool, you know?
I mean, I enjoyed the trope,
Yeah.
but to me, it was just another body swapping movie. Like
Excuse me, what other body swapping?
Not
movies
movie, but,
are there
like-
out there?
series, you know.
Name another one.
I'm trying to think of a notable one. I mean, I immediately thought of the Yamada Seven Witches. That had body swapping in it.
Oh, you mean like, so it's not like a main focus, but like maybe it's like one of those episodes that are thrown out there, right?
Yeah, it just felt like one long body swapping episode to me.
Okay, well, okay, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel anything. That's it.
Okay, so do you agree with this guy then that he says like the whole plot is convoluted and irritating?
I thought it was understandable. I didn't think
Like
it
the
was that
time travel whole thing, convoluted, annoying.
No, I thought it made for a more compelling story that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was understandable enough.
Yeah, it wasn't that complex.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I mean, I don't remember the plot very well, but from when I watched it, I was like, yeah, I got it.
okay, now and then he goes on like the characters are dense, and because they keep forgetting stuff. But like that was the whole point of the show, you know.
I
It's
think,
like
I think, what was it? They talked about how these characters were so stupid because they kept thinking that their situation was like a dream.
yeah,
And like, if you were put in that position, how would you even...
You wouldn't compute that, right? I mean, if you like swap bodies with someone, then you wouldn't register as like, oh, this is reality. It's
Yeah.
real.
It's not a
This is-
normal thing that happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. So I think the way they interpreted things is understandable.
yeah. The way I interpret it was like when they dream, they're body swapping, right? But
When you sleep. And
I feel like
So-
that part of the sorry, I feel
Yeah.
like that part of the movie was, you know how they're like, oh, I'm in a dream, so then I'm gonna go, you know, eat some pancakes at an expensive cafe.
yeah,
I feel like that wasn't really an important part of the show. It was more like, oh, we've reached the comedy part of the anime.
wait, was it only at first? Like, did they
They
realize
eventually
it was
find out,
reality?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's weird to say then. That.
yeah. This guy's whole like basis of like their dense is that they forget stuff and they think what's going on is a dream, but like, you know,
Yeah,
That
I feel
makes
like that
sense, yeah.
part was, they're taking it too seriously. Because
Yeah.
like, what
yeah,
was the point of them figuring out that they've swapped bodies like straight away?
Mm.
Like, would they figure out why this is happening? And would you find it to be more of an enjoyable show if like all
They
of a
figured it out
sudden
right away.
they're more focused on why is this happening and like trying to live like each other's lives?
yeah. Apparently this guy did. He wanted that, but
He pretty much like Death Note beforehand. It was like, why isn't he like L? What's wrong?
yeah. Why isn't he psychoanalyzing? Yeah.
Yeah, why is he analyzing the situation, bro? Oh.
Oh, yeah, he talks about the climax scene, right, where they meet at the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, why does Mitsuha say the first line to him is like, why you touching my boobs, bro?" Like something like that. Like
Wait, was that her first line?
something like that. Like she knows, she like talks to him.
I mean, it's kind of it's a comedic thing, you know. It's the break
Yeah,
the
like
ice.
he kind of says like it ruins like the emotional climax, but like I feel like it kind of shows that they're already close, even though they haven't met, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like-
it
like-
established the
Like
relationship.
and that was
Mm.
emotional.
I don't know. Maybe that was like her
Maybe.
coping mechanism after all the stressful things she's been going through.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you know?
yeah, it's kind of weird. He said that. Yeah, he calls him Baka. Cute. That's cute. Baka.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I partially agree with that, but it's understandable.
They wanted it to go a more cheesy way,
Yeah.
but I
Basically,
think that lightheartedness was
Yeah,
a better way
that's
to
kind
put
of-
it.
Mm.
that's L.
That's just a difference in taste, you know.
Yeah, this guy
Mm.
probably watches isekais all days or something like that. Yeah, that's basically it. They talk about the soundtrack. Oh, none of them stick out apparently. The soundtrack.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that
that's-
is
okay,
that's
that's-
just straight up wrong.
I'm not a music guy. I mean, I can vaguely remember one of the songs, that iconic song.
Yeah, the most iconic song is the Zen 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 one. Like give me no Zen Zen Zen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one. That was only like top charts for like, you know, a few weeks.
Yeah, music is that notable. Top
it's
chart,
not that
yeah.
notable.
Yeah.
I will say that this person does point out that those side characters are kind of boring.
I don't even remember them.
I
So
agree with Taki. Was his name Taki?
Yeah.
I agree with Taki's friends. They were absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Mitsuha's friends
yeah.
had more substance to them. They played more of a role, but you know, not anything in depth.
My only argument to that is like the movie's about them. It doesn't matter. So like you're nitpicking, bro.
yeah.
So yeah. L. Kiminawa is good. Watch
Wait,
it.
what was the rating they gave?
I think 40.
40.
Yeah.
That's really harsh.
Yeah.
I would have given it personally a 70.
What?
7.
7 out of 10.
Do you agree?
Kiminawa.
Okay. I don't care that much about the show as much as the
Yeah.
other guy.
I just want people to see that it's okay, it's good.
It's okay.
But this guy thinks it's bad. Like what?
Yeah, it's too harsh. Also, some of his reasonings are weird.
Yeah, it's too focused on like the random like time travel stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Why aren't they smart?
What? How are they swapping bodies?
Why?
That's impossible scientifically. But yeah.
Yeah.
How much anime would exist if like we had to take out everything that wasn't realistic?
Exactly, bro.
You'd have like 2 shows left or something.
Just enjoy.
Or you'd have nothing left.
At least we have Bocchi the Rock, right?
Realistic?
Yeah, she's got
It's
skits.
stretching the meaning of realistic, but it's still, you know, within the realms of possibility.
Introverted high schools exist, right? High schoolers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Are you saying that introverted high schoolers don't exist?
they exist.
Bro, they're probably the majority.
Have you heard about the infinite monkey theorem?
What is that?
Where a monkey infinitely typing on a typewriter will eventually write out like anything, such as the entire script for Hamlet by Shakespeare. Wait, was it?
Like not in order though, right?
No, eventually the
Eventually,
monkey
Coincidence
will
will
write,
align.
yeah, a piece of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, if time like it was infinite, right?
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
everything is within the realm of possibility, except for Kimi no Na wa.
Yeah, so if I keep gambling and there's no time limit, I'll eventually
You'll
win.
win big ones. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
So this is a PSA to continue gambling.
exactly.
No, do not gamble.
All right, next review. Toradora.
Toradora.
All right, this guy is like another one of those guys who think high schoolers are actually like fully developed humans that can like
Yeah.
think, right?
Mhm.
All right. Weak character foundations, unconvincing motivations, personalities. All right. The high schoolers, they don't have motivations. Why?
They do have motivations to like be the boyfriend of or girlfriend of the other person.
Yeah, but like, you know,
Is that
that's
too-
all like
is that too
very.
primitive?
I guess that's unconvincing to him, right?
Wait, did you just say that motivations don't exist in high schoolers?
Yeah, like
Is that the statement?
no,
No,
I,
no,
I
no.
said that. I mean, like high schoolers don't like really have that much direction. That's what I'm saying.
In the show or just in general?
In general.
That's not true. Some do.
Yeah, I'm saying like most
Some
don't.
don't.
Some don't. Yeah.
Some don't. Some
Yeah.
do. I definitely didn't as a high schooler.
Yeah, and then they say that like the characters are shallow and empty because of that, because there's
Yeah.
no like meaning behind the actions. But
I mean, it makes sense. High schoolers usually live day by day.
No, but like in this show,
In this show,
their main focus was to date the other person.
yeah,
okay.
So they did have drive somewhat.
Yeah.
It might not be
Their
important drive
libido.
to their eyes, you know. Like, all right, whatever. You should be focusing on getting a high ATAR so you can get a good job.
Mm.
No, I want to date.
yeah. That's all. Oh my god, they're just writing paragraphs about the characters. But, like-
psychoanalytical.
I mean, at this point, if you don't enjoy the characters, then you're not going to enjoy the show that's based on characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did read like what they said about the blue haired girl army.
Who's Ami again?
The blue haired model, cold, Tsundere, I think.
Cindere. I don't
Well,
remember.
quite remember.
It's
Yeah, they basically said that, like she was the only good character because like she was deep and like
she had drive. She didn't just want to smash.
No, I
Um,
think her whole point was that she
yeah.
wanted to smash.
Really?
I think the
She wanted
point.
to smash even harder. I don't know.
I think she was the most annoying character.
Yeah, same. I can understand like how he means like she was the most complex, I guess, because like she was a model and like she was kind of isolated from like being an old high schooler. So
Oh,
she
yeah.
she
She
like,
had more baggage.
yeah, and then yeah, then goes on about like how she develops kind of more empathetic, or like she's like in this competitive modeling business, something like that. I see that.
Are they saying that she has like more growth?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Like growing as a. He's saying that most of the characters in the show like don't grow except her.
I mean,
Agree?
you can argue that they do grow. 'Cause they,
Yeah.
they get their goal, right? They get the smash.
He says something like
So-
like the whole premise of the show is unrealistic because the characters like couldn't change in that way. 'Cause, like you know the main character and Tiger.
I mean, but they start off hating each other, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. So people who hate each other can't learn to love each
Yeah.
other. Is that what they're saying?
That's what he's saying. Like people are linear and they can't like.
People
change.
don't change. Change
Yeah.
is not real.
Even though like your favorite character Army changed. Yes.
I'm at a loss.
Yeah. That's what I got from the review. I probably missed something because, there's like 5 paragraphs for each character, but like, that's what I got from his review.
I mean, they probably give a counterpoint at some point. but-
Reading on in this review, they were just really mad that Tiger was the one that won.
Oh, they want Army to win.
Oh, yeah. The ending doesn't make sense.
Why did Tiger win?
Jumps in logics and assumptions to be made, putting trust in both the characters.
That sounds so pretentious. It sounded so
Yeah.
pretentious. Just say you're mad that the favorite girl didn't win. Your favorite
Alright.
girl.
So that's an L review.
Yeah.
Toradora is not 50. You guys remember much from Toradora?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I still liked it though.
I remember the tiger dressed in a tiger outfit. Oh, that was the figure I'm picturing.
You liked the ending though, right?
What was the ending? They got together?
Yeah, that's it.
She transferred out, and then she came back during a school festival kind of thing,
Yeah,
hiding in a locker.
and then
And then
he
they
finds
kissed.
it.
Sure. I thought it was okay. I didn't really think much of it.
I don't know why the fuck she left. She didn't have to leave.
It's more
Right.
dramatic,
I hate drama.
Oh, yeah, he also said at some point it showed up domestic violence, like the gags. of them,
Domestic
like,
violence. I mean,
hitting
it's
each other.
just anime slapstick.
Yeah, it's L.
Yeah.
Taking things too serious, bruh.
Yeah.
It's Stockholm syndrome. It's okay.
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah.
You know, just like the last review that we took.
All right. Oh, Konosuba. All right.
What was the rating for this one?
30
Okay.
out of 100.
30. 30. All right.
Okay.
Let my anger build up.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. 4 reasons they despise this show.
Yes.
Plots, comedy, characters, target demographic. All right. 1. Plot. There is no plot. Yes. The closest thing is defeat the Devil King. Yes. Wait, isn't it Demon King? L.
Something
Don't
like
even know.
Plot. I mean, is plot like an overarching goal that they have to achieve, or is it plot just things that happen
Oh yeah.
that
Sorry,
enable
sorry.
growth?
Sorry, 1 second. Did you really just shred on the guy for saying Devil King instead of Demon King?
Yeah.
You,
Bro, who says Devil
who
King?
cares? Who cares? It's fine.
Bro, who in anime has said Devil King? What? That sounds so weird. What?
Who cares? It's fine.
That's
right?
an L.
Okay, anyway, go on.
Yeah, no plot. This guy apparently is the bad thing, but it's.
I mean, I think there is plot. They defeat generals. They make progress.
They're making
Yeah.
slow progress, but
Yeah,
it definitely feels more episodic than
Yeah,
overarching.
it's an episodic thing.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing though.
Yeah.
I think this guy has a shonen brain, like though. I remember reading like somewhere that like he really like values plot and development, but like that's not what the show's about,
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially when he's talking about the characters, like, oh my god, these characters are so one-dimensional. Oh, even like how Naruto fans hated Sakura. Now imagine all these characters as Sakura.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, so,
shonen brain.
like,
Shonen
I
brain.
think this guy's just like a shonen shill that doesn't like comedy anime.
So it's because the characters don't get stronger, grow.
Yes, yeah,
they're
'cause
angry.
He only cares about this plot,
I mean, one-dimensional, right? Is that how you describe them? I feel like some of them are, but there is growth. I mean, darkness. She's just a gag, or does she actually grow? She grows in the novels that I've read. In the anime, I don't think she grows very much.
I think there was one point in the anime where she grew, where she visited her family or something like that.
I remember her visiting, but I don't remember her growing very much.
Maybe she
though.
didn't grow at all. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass, but
She's the same kind of all the way through. Megumin grows. Aqua doesn't grow. I feel like he said there were what was that girl from Naruto's name again? Sakura?
yeah.
There were 4 Sakuras. I feel like there's 2 Sakuras.
Aqua and darkness.
Yeah, there's 2 Sakuras. So, that's a little harsh.
Oh wait.
Kazuma grows, kind of. Megumin grows.
But it really
Terrorist.
isn't a show focusing on growth.
Yeah.
It's just comedy based.
It's a comedy show.
Okay, reason 2 was comedy. Only episode 1 made him laugh. Every
Ah.
single joke is lame and repetitive.
That's just a matter of taste.
Just taste.
Some stuff hits, some stuff doesn't hit.
Yeah. Just, he thinks Naruto is like peak comedy, I bet.
Yeah, this is what happens when you all you know is shonen. You lose your sense of humor. Oh, it's from all the filler. Last reason was target demographic. They're basically saying that the show's like running itself too thin, like because it's got like ecchi stuff, like this lighthearted comedy is like more towards kids. Apparently, he's like, why they could have embraced either side.
I mean, kid comedy. Would you guys say the comedy is childish?
Yeah.
It's pretty childish. I'd say.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I agree with him there. I still enjoy it though.
It's more aimed towards teens, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of like sexual jokes.
Yeah.
So
But like by that age, you already fucking know
yeah.
a lot about sexual jokes. Let's face it. fucking teenagers learn about this shit way earlier than people think they do.
Yeah, when was the first time you asked your parents how you were made?
I never.
I never did. I learned for myself.
You went on a little journey, discovered for yourself.
I was taught in school about sex ed.
Oh, sex ed was a thing. Did you guys ever have a thing where like someone said penis and everyone's laughed?
Yeah.
We still do that in as adults. What do you mean?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you get your exercise book, you draw one, and it was like,
Comedy.
My fucking work at part time, people would just start screaming penis because they were bored at the back.
yeah, that's all for this review, basically. You just, that's an L.
Yeah, I'll take two. Give Konosuba a 30? Nah. Nah.
Have any of you guys watched Naruto?
No.
I watched like one episode probably.
I know. Then, because I was about to say like Dragon Ball Z has a lot of, especially in the earlier series, they had a lot of ecchi jokes in it.
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Maybe Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah,
You
Dragon
know,
Ball.
like fucking Goku slapping
Yeah.
Bulma.
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Master Roshi's legit just the perverted character.
Yeah, unhinged.
And then there was, surely in Naruto there was, everybody knows that scene where he shadow clone jutsus a bunch of him as a girl naked, right?
Wait, you did that? Damn. I
Yeah,
gotta watch
dude.
Naruto.
I don't watch Naruto either, but that's like a scene that I know of for some reason. So the stuff about random in-your-face sex jokes, it's been done before. It's
I mean-
not like exclusive to Konosuba.
I think it is angry that Konosuba did it a lot. Maybe Naruto doesn't do that a lot. It's
Yeah,
just
I don't think Naruto
occasionally.
did it a lot.
So
fair enough.
fair.
The 30 out of 100?
No. How could they?
Alright. Guys, remember Bunny Senpai, bro?
No,
What do you mean? Oh,
I vaguely
I
remember.
can't believe it.
vaguely, yeah.
Oh,
I remember it being very philosophical and profound to me, and now
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything that happens.
well, I remember you giving I checked your score was like 9.
I did. I put it as one of
98.
my favorite
Yeah.
animes.
And you remember nothing about it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the that's sadly that's the outcome of all my favorite animes.
So how do you feel when this guy rates it 3 out of 10?
What?
Fair enough.
What?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Damn.
I remember nothing about the show, so it's
Okay. Well, let me tell you, this guy's a big Monogatari fan,
like, okay,
and he compares basically everything about it to Monogatari.
okay.
All right. So first comparison, protag. I don't know his name. Oh yes, these girls that protagonist meets have experienced these random phenomenon. They are like mentally, something is affecting
They
them.
have like baggage or something.
Yeah, baggage,
Yeah.
and that manifests weird phenomena that
Okay.
you know
Actually, that phenomenal thing that confused me. Did they ever explain that?
the puberty
because-
syndrome thing.
Huh? Yeah, the puberty syndrome
Yeah.
thing. They ever explain why that happens? It's like, how does someone dress up in a bunny suit and everyone just ignores you because you have baggage? Unless it's like
Oh yeah.
a crazy person that people want to ignore.
Oh
Yeah, that just confused me when I watched it.
It's just anime.
yeah. He just
Yeah.
says
Yeah. Just anime. Sure.
my being overwhelmed by the show business result in visibility.
So basically, she was so under pressure about like her appearance and appealing to the public that she just wanted to like stay out of the public's eye,
Yeah.
and then that ended up turning
Yeah.
her invisible to everybody else.
So perhaps everything you see in the show it's metaphorical, you know?
Like
Yeah,
Monogatari, right?
Yeah.
Which
I didn't even
is-
think about that like when I was watching it.
I didn't either because
Yeah.
I have never watched Monogatari.
I was just like, oh, she's invisible. Go fix it, bro.
Go fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yo, you'd love to be her.
Why would I?
Invisibility.
oh yeah, he's still
You can
stuck.
steal.
Yeah.
You dress up in a bunny suit and
Yeah,
steal
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, he basically just like goes on and compares like the Monogatari characters.
Yeah.
But like he just says that the cause of phenomenon is more like complex and compelling, but like
I mean, Monogatari is just supernatural in general. Maybe that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
They're both supernatural though.
But is puberty syndrome supernatural? Did they ever explain that?
It's
as super-
considered a supernatural show.
yeah.
Ah, okay. All right, makes sense. Then.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna explain it, but like you got Monogatari series, big chunk of text
Yeah.
that they've like explained phenomenon. Bunny girl, like 2 sentences explain phenomenon. So that's his argument. Like
Okay, it's just
like
Bunny Girl doesn't have enough depth.
yeah, that's what he's saying. Like
Monogatari has how many seasons? Like
yeah,
7? I don't know. A lot of seasons.
like it was. This
It's
show is
not a
not
fair
meant to be
comparison.
a Monogatari anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
meant to be simple. Okay.
It's a simple little package.
It's supposed to be like
Simple.
a high school life show, right? And then Monogatari is dealing with folklore
Yeah.
and phenomenon.
Which just has more content in general.
I can see the comparisons, but like comparing the whole series is kind of L.
It's not fair to compare everything.
Yeah, so this guy is biased, and I forgot my other points, but oh yeah, I wrote it somewhere. Monogatari greater than all is not an argument L. All right, that's all I wrote. Yeah, so even if like Monogatari is good and all, but like you can't really say that this show is bad because of it. Yeah, that's all.
So it's like, okay, they just think that this is much better, therefore that thing is much worse. Yeah, again, it's just not fair to compare them.
Yeah, he did rate it
They're
a
pretty damn different.
30. He's also comparing like the animation. Monogatari, yeah, Monogatari is better.
I mean,
Yeah.
Monogatari is gonna be better.
Yeah, that show's just like I don't know how they do it. All right, next.
Well, before you go next, apparently the light novel does it better.
Light novel.
The adaptation doesn't do the series justice, is what they said.
No, could be true. I've only seen the anime.
I
haven't seen the
I have no say in this.
light novels. I
So-
mean,
Yeah, really
Yeah.
can't say anything about that. Apparently, the anime didn't do a good job of adapting the light novel, and the light novel had a lot more depth to it. But then, if that's the case, why would they harp so badly on the plot? Yeah,
yeah, okay, that's strange. I guess that's just talking about the plot of the anime
I guess
that
so.
they display.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what the hell is man forgot to install emotion DLC at
That's exactly what it says. This man like doesn't feel anything when watching Plastic Memories. Apparently.
Oh,
Wait, what's plastic? Oh, sure.
Yeah.
you wouldn't like it if you have watched it.
I have
then
watched
you
it.
definitely
Yeah, he's
did not
watched it.
enjoy
I
it.
watched it.
Yeah.
Did I enjoy it?
You rated it like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I enjoyed the ending.
Yeah.
Ain't no
actually.
way.
Yo,
You enjoyed the ending?
I believe it or not, I had a emotional phase as well,
Okay.
much
Okay.
like everyone else.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, haha, explosions, ooh, goofy humor. But back then, man, I had a phase.
Back then, you were able to sit down and watch shows like this.
Bro, have you seen my emo hair back then?
You had
Yeah.
emo.
I did.
Emo hair?
Hold up. Yeah, I used to be like this. This is like year 7 or 8.
Oh my god.
Holy.
Yo.
I watched Smosh. And I thought Anthony was the coolest.
True. Same, to be honest.
So, I lived that life, you know. I hate it now, though. Hate it.
Is that one of your like dark moments that you look back on?
I deleted my pictures on Facebook. I don't know where you're finding that.
Yeah. So writing is bad. They should have revealed Isla's lifespan right off the bat. Why? No build up. Pacing first half mediocre. I can kind of agree with that. But
It gets slow, right?
yeah.
It's quite slow. Because they're just learning to get to know each other.
Yeah, so nothing was interesting except the futuristic setting. Not like none of the episodes made you feel anything.
I mean, I'm being honest with you. I didn't feel anything either. I just felt
Really,
something at the
like
end.
even like I think the kid AI. Remember, like the first AI they decommissioned or whatever.
I felt nothing.
Really?
Screw him.
Felt nothing.
Screw him. Who cares?
I was like on the verge of tears and I
Okay,
wanted
Okay,
to
I might
cry.
have felt something, but I don't remember the scene very well, so I can't say. Digging into my memories, I don't recall any emotions. Nothing's coming out.
So do you agree with this man?
I mean,
Were you
if I
bored?
watched it again now, I would feel something. So I probably would disagree with him.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like the world building in terms of human coexistence with AI was pretty fleshed out in the first half. Because like you had the little girl living with the grandma. You had someone trying to run away with their lover, which happened to be an AI. What else did you have?
AI terrorist group or something.
There was a AI. I
Oh,
guess,
that was like near the end.
yeah. Okay. There was an AI terrorist group at the end. There was also someone who was an AI who was desperate to not become decommissioned and like really
yeah.
retaliated against those people. So like I think they did a really good job in world building in that aspect.
Yeah, I just don't know how this guy didn't feel anything. I don't get it.
Maybe he's a robot. Maybe he's an AI.
Damn, he's watching a show about him.
It was too real for him. Too real.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even remember those parts that I just talked about
Yeah.
before thinking about it.
I feel like that's just because the ending was like so much better. Like,
Yeah.
more memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literal me remembers the ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first half was like all this stuff about AI. Second half was the relationship between the two.
Yeah, I just put this in to say this guy is a robot and beware. Yeah, that's it.
at the very end of the review. This review was generated by AI.
Holy.
Yo.
All right. Oh, it's your favorite show.
My favorite show. What's my
Favorite show?
favorite show?
Go
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Girlfriend. Kanojo mo kanojo. This person starts out by saying it is one of the most subversive and engaging series I've ever watched.
Damn.
And to that I respond, is this the first anime you've watched? Unfortunately, it's viewed as just another trashy harem. What other way could you view it?
Trashy harem can be deep. Have you seen Tilaru?
I've
Yo,
not.
commentary
So
on
I can't say anything
the
about
economy.
that.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not even like qualified to review this show because
Yeah.
believe it or not, I've only watched like 1.5 episodes of this show.
But I mean, you watched it all, so you're more qualified than me. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
But okay, first of all, God, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to read through a lot of it to remember what
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
fine.
about this. One such criticism of the show was that how can the main character have 2 girlfriends? That's ridiculous.
That's unrealistic.
Okay, yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's not like totally out of anime standards, right?
Yeah. Harems exist.
I just have a problem with how they went about it. Because this man who's super devoted to his newly found girlfriend suddenly gets confessed to this girl, which at first he turns down, but then he finds out that she literally trained to become the perfect girlfriend for this guy. And he was like, I can't just stand to see you throw all of that effort away, so I want to date you. But I'm going to ask my girlfriend if I can date you.
Yeah.
And then they go to the girlfriend and she's like, I'm not really a big fan of that. But then, you know what? She's cute. Sure.
Is
you
this
can have two
is this
girlfriends.
polygamy the show?
This is polygamy the show. So then after I, saw that part, it's like, all right, this is a trashy harem anime. It's time to leave.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
apparently,
suppose you realize that an episode and a half in. You didn't realize.
no, that was the first episode. I continued.
You continued,
I
though.
continued that, just to be sure. I couldn't handle it after half the episode. But anyway, that person thinks, the person writing this review thinks that was a really,
Subversive trope.
yeah, like, no way. I've never seen a.
He asked for
Let me be sure about
permission.
this. Let me be sure about
What?
this.
Monkey back there.
This person liked it because it was funny.
Yeah.
I can't say anything
Did
about
you
it.
get did you get any ha-has from the first episode?
No, I hated that. I fucking hated it
Ha.
so much. Do you know what? If you think it's funny, I can't say anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, actually, you just hate harems in general.
I do hate her because it's like it's blatantly obvious what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
With harems, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have harems where you're self-inserts, or maybe you just have harem shows where you just want to draw a bunch of girls in
Scandalous scenes.
scandalous ways. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. That type of stuff I'm not a fan of. If you're a fan of that stuff, okay, but don't expect me to enjoy that stuff. Why did I even watch this show? I guess it was just another show that I was like, I've got nothing else to watch, so I'll watch it. But yeah. This person thinks that, okay, here we go. In a scene where his girlfriend playfully teases him about how the moment she leaves, he's going to go cheat on her. And then the main character goes, I will not do that. I love you. And then hugs her in front of his whole class. Whatever.
Wait, which girl? Is this the original girlfriend?
The
or
original
was-
girlfriend, yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, in a less clever series, these types of blatantly cheesy dialogue would just be cheesy. But girlfriend subverted that
Yeah.
and played out this scenario into comedic excellence
Ooh.
because of the main character's
Okay.
lack of social awareness. This person has just said that this was close to peak comedy
Because he was dense.
because he was such a dumbass. Didn't understand the joke. Declared his love to everybody because he's such a Chad.
So does this guy watch the show because the comedy or like the plot, like the dynamic?
I think it's everything. that
Did
they
this
like.
person watch it like ironically?
Wait,
Did they
yeah,
enjoy it ironically?
They enjoyed it. They sat down. They thought everything that they did was funny. They compared it to a JoJo series
Oh,
where it's like in JoJo characters are like say the most stupid shit with the straightest face, and then it all works out for them.
Okay.
Which I agree. I agree in that I can sort of see the similarity between the two, but no, shut up.
JoJo
Don't make me hate JoJo.
is on the same level as girlfriend.
Don't make
God
me hate JoJo
damn.
like that. Mostly,
So it's a case of like, it's so stupid, it's good. It's so bad, it's good.
no, they don't think it's bad.
I think
Well,
it's the best.
I think it's good.
they think it's good, but like, do they think it's good because it's so bad,
No,
or they just think it's
they
good?
think it's good
so
because
it's good.
it's genuinely good. They think that the main character is a really good person, or like a really good main character.
Because
But that main character is like dumb as shit. What else is there? He's just dumb.
with 2 girlfriends.
He has a big heart.
That's
And
like
boy, gee
wait.
whiz, I've never fucking seen that in my life.
Yeah.
comedic excellence.
I know I legit just said I can't judge you for your comedic excellence, but no, I can. I'm judging this. I'm judging the show. I'm sorry. I'm not judging this person. I'm judging this show.
Yes, we are not
Ignore
attacking
everything that I just said about. Basically everything.
You
I've
have a
said is
right
just
to
attacking
love
this person, but like,
you. Any show you like. I love to love Rue. I'm with you, man.
I hate this show. I hate this show. This is why this is a bad take. Because I hate this show.
You hate the
Alright.
show. Okay.
Can't wait for season 2. Final score 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Damn.
I hope that if this show gets a season 2, then
You gotta watch like 1 episode.
I'll complete the whole series.
Oh, serious?
I'll sit down and complete the whole series.
Damn.
If this show gets a season 2,
No shot. It's gonna
Man.
happen now. It's literally gonna
Why
happen.
couldn't you be this committed with Prismalia or something?
I'm not watching Christmas yet. Well, let's just move on. I can't deal with this anymore.
Oh, darling in the Franxx.
Oh. 9 out of 10?
It's
9 out of 10?
It would have been a 9 out of 10 if the ending didn't just blow so hard.
Wait, you thought the show was good without the ending?
I think the show was like a 7 or an 8 without the ending. Well, I feel like at the midpoint, it kind of like fell off.
I feel like it fell off when she changed 02.
Did 02 change?
She became a pussy, and I was like, this is awful.
What the? I remember thinking it was good.
Yeah, it was good at first.
Yeah.
Nice building. Build up.
I think the only thing keeping me from like dropping it was like the music.
Music? I don't remember the music.
I don't remember.
I stayed for 02.
Oh yeah, that too. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it became like really a teenage drama,
Yeah.
It did.
and I didn't like that bit.
There was the mech piloting.
Oh, the
The
Can we
Piston.
just say that the mech thing was just like a euphemism for sex?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Like, look at the pose, bro.
I mean, it's pretty clear.
I don't know what
It
the
was like
fuck's
it was
going
piston and stamen. That's like flowers fertilizing each other or something, right?
Sure.
Why are they doing that? This is aimed for teenagers, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the show was aimed for teenagers.
Damn, they're
I mean, I watched it when I was a teenager,
These
and I
directors
clearly
are-
liked it.
Right.
unhinged.
But anyway, okay, what's wrong with this review?
Is it a positive or negative one?
It was a
Positive.
Positive.
Yeah, I thought. Wait, you guys think the show was alright? Right?
I don't hate the show. I just hate it sometimes because people want to hate on it, and I want to join in.
Oh, okay.
But I don't hate the show. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, if somebody asked me if I hated the show, I would tell them that I absolutely despised it. But I do remember thinking that it was decent part way.
Okay.
Sheep. I'm a sheep too.
All right. So I remember seeing like how this guy really likes the main character for some reason.
Wait, the little what was the name?
Hero. This prodigy that. Oh, right here. One line is enough for our protagonist. Some people just need to have their questions answered.
It tells me nothing about this character.
Yeah.
He's
like,
curious.
I guess like he means like he's a truth seeker or whatever, but like I don't remember any of that in the show.
I remember like no characters except 02.
Yeah. I feel like this. I don't know why he likes this main character. He's like.
He's a self-insert.
Wasn't he soulless
Yeah.
until...
He's just like a template.
He's a template.
I looked at his profile, right? That character's on his like favorite character. I'm like,
Okay.
Oh, now you're just attacking the guy, man.
bro, I don't understand. Like,
It's fine. He just likes it. He just likes them. Hero.
he's kind and has an innocent face.
Maybe he just likes the characters.
Just like me for real.
Maybe
Superficial.
self-inserting, I guess.
I mean, fair enough. You know, a little cheeky self-insert.
He's kind and has an innocent face. That's why people hate him.
Oh,
Understandable. No, they're being
On-
sarcastic at that
on
point.
guard.
I can't remember enough to talk about that point
Yeah.
at all. So
I just remember the ending.
Yeah, he did talk about the ending.
Did you like the ending?
no.
Hopelessly positive of things. Yeah.
That's a con of it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Obviously
false.
positive.
That it was.
Yeah, we agree with that, right? Like, I don't know.
Am I the only one who didn't hate the ending?
He didn't,
Okay.
I didn't mind it, but like,
I just didn't care really much.
yeah, I didn't care.
I was
you
like,
know?
oh, there's aliens now. Okay, cool.
I think I hated the ending because that was when it like completely killed it off for me. Because the plot was going a direction, and then abruptly changed to, our enemies were actually the ones in space.
Yeah,
So now I will ride my girlfriend into space where she will become a mech, a giant mech. And then I will slowly grow blue horns while sleeping through space and then kill this enemy.
sounds awesome.
And then they got rezzed.
They got reincarnated into
Yeah.
children.
Look, at the pace, at the way the show was going before that, I was just bored. I was snoring. All right. When they introduced aliens, I was like, okay, there's something new.
They
something-
introduced aliens last minute.
I don't
and
care.
those aliens didn't even do anything. They'll like occasionally shoot tiny fuck off lasers at 02, and she'd be like, whoop, you're gone. And then she'd be like, I'll be
Dude,
with you forever, darling.
That's
And
more
then-
interesting than a teenage drama. Okay. Oh, I'm pregnant. Ooh. Yo, aliens in space shooting like my space girlfriend. I'm riding. Oh, dude, I don't know.
What was the plot even before that? I forgot. Like
I don't remember
everything.
either.
The
Like
plot was that these children were being used as lab rats to pilot mechs and fight aliens, but they were also mostly these children were cut off from having any emotional connection between each other. But then they did experiments with a certain group of children to see if they performed better, if they built relationships with their co-pilots,
yeah.
right? And then eventually these children find out, and then they
They're like no.
break out of status quo or something. They unite all the children together, and
Yeah.
the adults fucked off. I don't know why. Maybe the world went to shit, and then they were like, nah, we can't save you. You're on your own.
Well, the adults were like little domes. Remember? They were like they were just like living in peace in like a dome or something, away from like the fighting. And the kids, all the kids that they produced would be fighters, or something like that.
Sure, I don't even fucking remember
I vaguely remember
anything.
that. They're, like,
other than
super
what I
old.
just said.
Oh, weren't they immortal or something?
Oh, they might have been.
Were they even adults?
They were adults. There was a bit when I think one of the main characters like goes into like a place where adults are staying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they meet the adult, and like the adult's like in a machine or something. He's living in a simulation forever. That's how they live. Now.
Oh,
Yeah, then at the end, that there were like a few adults that stayed back to help the children.
Yeah.
so
Anyway, this show just fucking derailed.
I
Wasn't it a thing that like one of the studios dropped out midway?
Yeah. I think the alien thing was introduced by A1.
Yeah, because like the other half just like was like, oh, we're done here. We're
Like,
not
that's
going
enough.
anymore."
Like it's like they just buggered off for a bit, and then A1 came in, and then they came back. The other studio came back to fix it.
bro,
Dog water.
Funny. It's funny though.
what a show.
I don't know. When I was a teen, I didn't really give a crap. It was like, oh, aliens, cool. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't even know what to think about that show.
Hard to say. I feel like people only remember 02.
Yeah,
Are you sure about that? I when I searched up reviews about this, they were all talking about the ending. They were all talking about how bad. and
Oh yeah,
abrupt
the ending
Yeah.
is 02.
ending is 02.
Yeah.
That's all the show was.
That's all the show.
I mean, if they were aiming to become like a memorable show, they achieved that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also that was there also a bit where like the blood god kissed the dude, right? And because of that, everyone was angry. They sent death threats.
Oh,
They
Dude.
sent death threats to the voice actor.
Yeah, because the character kissed the guy, and the guy, they felt like he should have chased after 02, but because she kissed the dude, 02 got away, and people got angry. They sent death threats to the voice actor. People are like that, you know. Weird.
Oh.
Losing faith in humanity.
No, I was just like surprised at how invested some people were into this show.
People were really invested. I think this is like before the show fell off. This is like a little before it fell.
Yeah, yeah.
all right. Last one, I think.
Last one.
Chainsaw Mid.
Chainsaw Mid. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is another case of I hate the main character,
Oh,
therefore the show is bad. They talk about how Denji's just a really hateable character and how he doesn't have any goals. It just feels like he's a dumbass who's only doing it for perverted reasons.
He's supposed to be portrayed that way at first.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
that's the direction that they were going for.
Yeah.
Because what? The dude lost his parents at a young age
Yeah.
and lived his whole life
He's getting by really.
in a dog-eat-dog world. Yeah. He's literally being exploited. Like, constantly not having enough money to eat and putting himself in a situation where he will die at any time, you know?
Yeah, he has no time to think about goals. He just wants to survive.
Yeah. And then the moment he's, like, been given freedom, what's he supposed to do? He's going to go with his gut instincts. And his
Yeah.
gut instincts is to enjoy life or
Yeah.
mate. The caveman instinct, right?
yeah.
I mean, like, I think during his I guess he kind of did have a goal during time when he was like fighting for his life. He said he wanted to play video games with a girl and just hug her. That was his goal. Well, that's his dream.
Yeah.
Oh, to eat jam with like bread.
Right
Lots
there.
of jam.
Live life in luxury and mate. The caveman unga bunga mindset. And honestly, if you don't hate if you hate the character, there's nothing much that we can really do about it. But they also say that the other characters have no substance. Like, it feels like they didn't have any motivation to join the task force in their world.
Oh, Aki is clearly an example.
I see you looking at me, and you're like, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but like, okay, they do shed light upon Aki. They're like, okay, there's this guy whose whole family was out by a devil, and he joined. he joined public safety committee to fight these devils, right? Then he also goes like the scene where his whole family gets wiped out, squad wipe. That was the only time that he laughed in the show. So like,
Wait, he laughed at that?
he laughed
He
at
laughed at
that
the squad.
Oh my god.
because it was so abrupt and out of nowhere. So it was like, funny, haha.
Jeez.
I don't know what this person was going for when they said these people feel like they have no real goal. Okay, most people look at Denji and think, wow, this guy's goal sucks.
Yeah.
But then there are scenes where they emphasize on how Denji doesn't know any better, right? He's lived his whole life fighting for his life, and then once he's gotten like freedom, he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So he goes for simple goals. Like
Yeah.
they legit had a whole scene about how he was like, my goals aren't as noble as you guys's,
Yeah.
but to say that my goal isn't as important to me as it is your goals to you is bullshit.
I mean that's true though.
That's true.
That's true.
That's 100% true.
Yeah, his feelings are valid, and there's even a bit where like he gets the goal. He gets the boob.
Yeah.
And he's just empty inside. Then after that, he's given another goal, which is it's realistic. It's like you start out with small goals, and then as you progress through life, you get bigger, bigger, bigger goals.
Still though, it is true that like, I don't know, groping a girl's boobs does not is not the same goal as ending the demon that destroyed millions of people's lives.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You know, whatever drives you. They mention other characters like Power, who's just like unhinged. She doesn't have a goal. She just wants blood. She's like Denji,
He really likes goals, eh?
And I think it's fine to be that way, but really Aki's the only one with somewhat of a large goal. They didn't like.
I mean, I guess Makima had a goal. Because her goal was to make a utopia, right?
Yeah, but she's not really.
She's not really a main character per se.
She's not. We're not shown her making progress towards that goal
Yeah.
as much as the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Other scenes, like, they thought the ball kicking scene and the vomit scene weren't funny.
Bro, that was the best.
I thought it was a bit funny.
With the vomiting scene, they talk about how Himeno was taking advantage of Denji.
She was.
There was consent.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe she was taking advantage of his innocence and his drive. But there was consent.
No, that's just a little nitpick. They were talking about how she took advantage of him. There was consent between the two. There's another scene where the hotel scene where Himeno and Kobeni became they were like losing their minds.
Yeah.
They said about how it was unrealistic.
Wait, so you're not supposed to lose your mind when you're trapped in the Eternity Devil.
Yeah, I've been through this before.
Just be like Denji in his sleep.
Easy peasy.
No problem.
Yeah, it was like there's nothing inherently wrong with being stuck in the building, but the execution was butchered because the scene didn't feel scary. Like to you as the viewer, it didn't feel scary. But then seeing like Kobeni and then Himeno freak out about it was just didn't work. Because like it was like, wow, this person who's been starved for 3 days with no hope of escaping suddenly goes insane and tries to like murder everybody.
I think this guy just hasn't felt.
Another AI?
They said it was hard to understand why she freaked out like that.
I guess this guy gets
because
trapped
of
in
how the
elevators.
scene was framed. Like, okay, there was a time skip of 3 days. Not much was shown, right? Because what was it literally? Like, Denji falls asleep,
Yeah, there's not much to show.
and then he wakes up, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden everybody's going cuckoo crazy. Like, that makes sense to me, at least.
That's like the only reaction you'd have unless you're a psychopath or something. Or
Yeah.
like you just don't feel.
And then they were like, it didn't feel like an emergency, and then Power didn't help because she's dicking around playing with everybody. Like, messing with everybody. That's just her personality.
That's her personality, yeah.
So overall, that scene did not feel like a danger at all. And once, the solution was kind of bullshit and lazy, because Chainsaw Man just jumps into the abyss and starts waving his arms around, and then that's it.
It's more interesting than just, oh, they find the heart, they slash it in the end.
Yeah,
Like, I can't picture any other solution. That'd be nice.
I don't think that scene was necessarily boring. I think it just highlighted and solidified how batshit insane Denji was.
Yeah, I feel like that was the point of the scene.
Yeah, and now that these people understand that, like, wow, this guy's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, it was like the whole, you got to be a little crazy to survive as a devil hunter. And Denji's like, he epitomizes that.
I don't think that scene was boring.
Yeah, that was good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun scene.
Yeah, ha ha ha.
Ooh, he's slashing.
They also talk about how Himena's a bad character because she was. There are a lot of moments that are thrown in where it's like, oh, you should feel bad for this character now.
Like the flashbacks?
Yeah.
It's late. It's too late. I mean, that's like the second episode she's introduced. The first, when you get the flashbacks, late. I mean, if they did it like before she died, then that's kind of lazy. But they did it like beforehand to build her up.
They did it somewhat beforehand, yeah. They did it like an episode before, and then leading up to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, if they had like another episode to flesh it out a bit more, sure, probably that's what this person wanted. But this guy really took offense to it and was like, this is super lazy, and that I don't care that you've just thrown this in. And then they also talk about how everybody's a heartless bastard, and that the only person who cared about that person's death was like Aki.
That makes. I mean, the
That-
devil hunters.
Well,
they,
yeah, that
they
makes
expect
sense.
each other to die or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because, like, one, they literally just picked up these 4 new rookies,
Yeah.
and 2, you have 2 characters who are like just don't give a shit. Power and Denji.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Even Denji like wanted to feel bad, right? But he's like, oh, I don't have a heart.
he just thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like an internal conflict with him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait, I don't have a heart anymore.
Yeah.
What?
But no, their main argument is that Denji and Power ruined the show because of how they turn everything into a joke.
I don't think it ruins the show. That was my appeal of the show.
That was definitely my appeal of the show.
Because it'd just be too depressing otherwise.
Yeah.
You need someone like Denji and Power. I mean, that was kind of the point. It's like everyone's all serious, and then they make it like they emphasize the whole, oh, you gotta be crazy to survive. So, it makes sense for the main characters to be like that.
I think there's a nice mix between comedy, heartbreak, and just fight scenes in
Yeah.
general.
Like you need a break from the depression.
Yeah, the Himeno like death wasn't even cheap. Like even like added the cigarette thing, right?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
that was pretty
It
nice.
was very dramatic. I thought it was a nice build up overall. They tied it back to their connect.
This guy's an L.
Yeah, I think Aki, spoiler alert, you already had the disclaimer at the start anyway. But I think when Aki killed the ghost demon, I feel like that was a bit bullshit.
Okay, yeah. That was kind of, but power friendship.
Wait, Aki did?
Yeah.
I haven't watched ahead. I mean, I've read the manga.
Aki killed the ghost demon because it was like, he had a flashback and it was like, wait a second.
I just need to not fear.
Yeah.
And then he just starts walking up to the demon like,
Anyway, there's this one final scene I want to talk about. They talked about the ball kicking scene
Yeah.
was the absolute worst scene ever because Aki, the only serious character, stooped down to Denji's level.
I mean, that's
Bro,
him
that
growing
was-
to like, accept Denji.
I think that's like one of the most powerful scenes
That's
out there.
like development. Like, let's
Yeah.
like take life a little like more.
Yeah, be chill out,
Yeah,
man. You don't need
it's
to
just-
like commit too much.
Yeah, don't have to be like straight laced, but he's chilling.
Yeah, there's like so much development in that one scene
Yeah.
where they suddenly like think, hey, this guy's not so bad, and he's just gone through a traumatic event, and now he's moving on.
Yeah.
And then they're
It's good.
like, no, it's bad because all the seriousness is just gone.
A lot of the show is like learning to take seriousness and just don't be as serious.
Yeah, this guy's too serious, bro.
Yeah, this guy's too serious.
Rating 1 out of 100.
What?
And they wanted like, I think they wanted to go lower. I don't know.
Where's the
You
one
get a
come
zero.
from?
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but no, 1 out of
I
1.
mean, if you don't like the main character, sure.
Bro, I love the cut. Like, he's like, oh, what do we get? What do I get when I win? And then he's like, no, guys, wait. And the cuts. It's funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all the bad, quote unquote, bad takes that we had lined up for today.
Yeah.
Turns out there are a lot more valid points if you just sat down and read it,
Yeah.
but not the girlfriend, not the girlfriend one. All right.
The count guy's L.
Did you guys have any bad takes?
I mean,
Um,
I had the Darling the Franxx thing. I thought Darling the Franxx was okay. I didn't hate it.
You
I'm not
didn't
invested.
say it was a masterpiece, so it's not a bad take.
I probably thought it was a masterpiece when I first watched it.
Damn.
But you've grown past that, alright.
I'm
People
sure.
can change, you know.
People can change. Change is a thing.
A silent voice is a believable story.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
I believe.
I'm sure. Look, you know, like that monkey thing. If you just keep going, eventually
Yeah.
something will align.
True.
You'll hit.
I'm sure there's a real silent voice out there in the world.
Yeah.
Sure.
Eventually, how many more years into the future? Don't we only have like 50 years left until the sun dies or something?
50?
Or was it 500?
I don't think it's 50.
Bro, it ain't 50. It'd be like,
No
keep
way,
going.
bro.
Well, it's 50 years when climate change becomes really bad.
Oh, well, I'll be gone.
Son.
Not my problem.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in to this episode of
And then we
Teacher-
ended on that.
Do you guys have any bad anime takes? No.
I can
You
bring
guys-
up Oremo again.
Oh.
I think Oremo is not a masterpiece, but it's a very good show.
You've talked enough about that in the Guilty Pleasures episode.
Okay, I mean, I
We
probably
all
ramble for
understand.
another hour on Oremo, so it's not.
But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Alright, cool. Thanks for tuning
Bye.
in. Bye, byes.